True Life race wars.
Race World, wait,
RACEWORLD True Life.
Race Life True Worlds.
Fucking
Jesus
big wheel racing. We're doing some donk racing one of these days. We need to build a donk. Chuck's got one. Chuck got the big truck with the big wheels.
He does.
Bro, we need
I had
a
a
donk
fucking,
race.
I had a big block Chevy donk on the dyno today. And a 72 Cutlass.
Why don't you sponsor the donk? All do the work.
I'm
and
about out of money
race it.
right now. I'll be honest with you.
Motherfucker, I just brought you money.
And you, like that was gone.
Yeah, it was. You didn't even get to touch it.
Yeah,
You
it
never
didn't even go to his
I
hand.
hand it right to him, and then I gotta go put those lifters in the Viper, and then wait to get paid from them from Jim.
Huh.
I'm a bank. Financing shit.
Welcome to
Yep.
racing. Yes.
So, all right, cool. So Brandon's back after his first drag and drive event.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Afternoon. And just like I said, the motherfucker had beginner's luck.
Yeah. No, hook.
Now you're hooked.
It's bad.
I know. I told
It's
you.
very bad.
Did I not tell you?
Oh, dude.
Did I not have told us so?
I'm telling you right now, if you're into drag racing and you're into driving your car, there is nothing that compares. Like, that is the most fun you'll ever have in your life.
I know.
It's, I like, my expectations were here, and it ended up being like way up here.
Yep.
Like, I was so happy the whole time.
And shit worked.
Yeah.
God willing.
We had a couple small little mishaps, but it all ended up getting figured out. Rewiring a fuel pump in the middle of the staging lanes and trying to figure out why it just stalled, and relays literally melted. There's just bare coils hanging out. I'm like, oh, that's not supposed to be like that.
Oh boy.
So what was your first hang up?
The first hang up was the fuel pump.
So you got to
Day one.
That was day one. That was because we were. That was testing day.
Now we knew we had a fuel pump issue on the dyno.
Yeah. So we knew it was run out of fuel.
What fuel pump?
We originally started with a 450, and then after the dyno, bought a 525 off of him and changed it the next day.
These are all Magna fuels.
No, these
No.
are all
Wal-
like
Wal-
factory.
Oh, okay, factory.
It's got
Like
factory
in
tank.
Drop in tank. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like,
So you're not doing.
Totally not enough.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely not.
It's a
No.
single fucking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Nitrous car, man.
I
It's
need
fine.
85 too somehow.
Yeah, don't understand how you
Let-
made the power you made.
listen.
car
Holly-
should have
Holly
leaned
took
and
the
blown
wheel.
up.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All the safeties were on, and I was riding about every single
Every
one of
single
them.
one. I'm like,
And let me tell you, it wasn't like every day was like a 2-pass, turn your slips and gone. Day one was about the only one that went semi-smooth, but that's because my expectations were really low. Like, I was just happy to make 2 clean passes and leave. But then once we got to US 41 and I realized that it could actually run a pretty damn good time, then I fought for it. And I think every day since then, I ended up making like 8 passes each day.
oh my god.
Oh yeah. Like, had to refill nitrous bottles in between every stop.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, it was rowdy.
That shit ain't gonna that shit ain't gonna fly on drag week or sick week.
No.
You ain't gonna. I don't know how you got 8 passes in a day. You're lucky if you get 2.
Well, I think a lot of it was too. A lot of people didn't end up going just because of the price of fuel.
Yeah, car count was down.
Yeah,
it's one of the failures.
it was a.
I paid though. I mean, they got my money.
Yeah. The gas pumps were not nice to me. I mean, that was definitely way more expensive than I was expecting it to be.
Did
but
you drive it on E85 the whole time?
There was only one time that I had to put 93 in it.
Okay.
But everywhere else I was able to get E pretty readily available.
Yeah.
Did you calculate fuel economy?
No, I was too lazy.
Alright, I just wondered.
Yeah, I'm wondering too. I should try to. I know the dash gives you like a fuel economy
I don't know.
parameter, but I'd never figured out how to get it to work.
No, I probably won't be right, but it's
Yeah.
gonna go up pounds per hour. But then, well, maybe you'll be right. I don't know.
At least be like close. Give me an idea. I mean, I'm sure it was at least going down the highway. I'm sure it was like 15.
It's actually not bad.
No.
So how much did you expect, and how much did it cost you?
I was expecting to spend like total, like on the whole trip.
Yeah, from the time you left your house
Right.
to the time you got back to
Let's
your
see
house.
how wrong you were.
Oh, I was wrong by about double. Like,
Yeah.
I was sitting there and I'm like, okay, well, you know, hotels are usually about like we'll try to stay cheap, you know, $100 a night, and fuel won't be too bad. Yeah, the buying tax got me, and what I originally was expecting like a $900 to $1,000 trip turned into about $2,000 very quick.
And you did it on the cheap.
Yeah,
Like Taco Bell and.
Yes, like we got one good meal. Right when we were going back to Edgewater, we went to a bar because that was the only place around. It was just this little bar, and was able to get like a home cooked pot roast dinner. And I was like in heaven because everything else was just garbage.
Yeah.
We even ate at CC's Pizza the one day.
Oh God.
Well, we were loving it because we didn't have one around here in years,
Yeah.
but they have them down by Cincinnati.
Okay.
It's really not good for your intestinal.
No. Todd that wrote passenger with me, he was dying about the next 2 days. He was not having
That
it.
shit will ruin your life. It will.
But yeah, it was
So you spent more money than you had to get ready for it. You
correct.
spent more money than you thought to even get trailering it down, I'm sure, and fuel.
Oh god, yeah. I did not. That's not even like the $2,000 wasn't even factoring the diesel I put in my Dodge.
Yeah.
Like I forgot about that. I keep that in the back of my mind.
Yeah, just throw that. Just throw that.
There's a reason why I drove the car today and not the truck.
So you literally got about beat down, brought to the edge of sanity to get to it.
Yes.
It financially ruined you to get there. It financially ruined you to be on that trip.
Yeah.
But it was worth it.
Absolutely worth it. Like hands down, I do not regret
Right. So
one
day
damn
day
thing.
one, you made 2 passes. What was your ET?
So I think the first pass was a 9:30 at 147, and then the second one was a 9:40 at 146.
Okay.
But I was just happy that it just went A to B both times.
Perfect.
So we wrapped it up and left.
Yeah.
So drive to day 2. How long was that drive? So this is from where?
This is from
Edgewater.
Edgewater to US 41, and we had to stop at Walt's Hot Rod Shop in between. And it was like, I want to say from Edgewater to Walt's was like 2.5 hours, and about another 2 hours from Walt's up to
Okay, that's not terrible.
41. No, that wasn't too bad. Going from US 41 to Dragway 42 and stopping at Cali's in between, that sucked. Because it was a torrential downpour the whole way.
Did you run on street tires or you run the radials on the weed?
No, I ran the street tires. So I had my slicks on the back, which again I'm not doing slicks next time. I'm gonna try to do it on a radial because I think that was one of the things that was fighting me.
Yeah.
Every time it would literally as soon as you let go of the trans brake, it would pull the front wheels off, and then while the front wheels are in the air, it would knock them loose. And there was not a damn thing I could have changed to get it to stop. Other than it was just shocking everything too hard.
Yeah.
You know, it came up, it was bottoming out the rear shocks, unloaded the suspension, and that's why it took 8 passes each day to get a clean run.
A lot of that's gonna change once you change your rear suspension stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like once you go to an actual coilover setup in the back and stuff.
Yeah,
like that's gonna help a lot.
that's what I need to do. I'm gonna get double adjustables, coilovers,
Yeah.
and
Dude, I got those Vikings online and they were not absurdly priced. I think I have like
probably like 650, 750
I'm a
bucks.
dealer of
Yeah.
Viking if anybody needs.
Okay, well,
I don't think
you'll
it
be
was
getting
a
a
lot.
phone call here soon.
It
You
was
call
like
them and
six-
figure out what you need. Don't
It was like $600 or $700 for them, and like, dude, I just set them at like a base whatever. I don't remember who told me what to set them at. I set them there, and literally the car
just works.
just worked. I mean, like, obviously I only made a handful of passes, but
Yeah.
that will change everything that you do once you get away from having this stock spring location stuff.
Because I have Vikings in the front, but I just have strange 10-ways and Team Z drag springs in the back with the cheapest, crappy.
The shit
Drag
works.
setup.
You're gonna put $5,000 back there and it do the same fucking thing. And you're gonna be like, damn it.
Yeah.
Actually, the best one I spent was $4,000 in Santop shocks for my car because I put them on and it just worked. I was like, oh, I
Listen.
stopped dragging bumper and destroying everything. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool now.
You got more money in your suspension than I do in my whole ass.
But I have
so that's
factory everything other than $4,000 shocks. Like my shocks are like this in the back of the factory.
No factory location.
Yeah, no
It's
mini
kicked
tubs.
out of a 45.
No mini tubs, no relocation. I got torsion bars in the front. What do you call this? They need a drag suspension for torsion bars.
Yeah. They kind of laugh at you. And,
Right back, Joe.
good. Better turn it off.
I'm sorry, everybody.
This goddamn podcast.
You got
it's like
you
a movie
that.
theater. You're supposed to instantly. You should know to turn that damn thing off. Actually, I
And
don't have
look at
mine
me, I'm a
tomorrow.
piece of shit.
It really doesn't matter.
I'm gonna return my ring on, so fuck them.
So anywho's,
Get the 42.
Well, first off, going from US 41 to Dragway 42,
Yep.
US 41 was the first day I had to make 8 passes to even get down.
Right.
And the announcer was loving it because the one pass I made, the car instantly shot hard right and I never lifted. I was about a foot away from tagging the wall. And I stayed in it and just drove right through it. And like you can hear in the live stream, he was almost in awe for a minute, just didn't even know what to say.
He kept calling you the no prepper. Or whatever.
Yeah. And then I had a couple of friends, they called me and they're like, I swear to God, I've heard your name more than Cletus McFarland's on this live stream. So I was loving it.
Okay, they probably added some weight to the rear. Oh, and look at him all the way over in the pebbles, brings him back in the track. And I tell you what, he's bringing a little bit of his no-prep lifestyle here to the Midwest Drags as he goes 923, 147. Brandon Ciriello was over in the pebbles, headed towards the wall. Brings it back in, goes straight down to 923 at 147. Hey, that's one way to get A to B right there.
Well, finally after we got my last pass, which ended up being like 920 at 147, we were trying to beat the rain. I had to hurry up, change plugs. Todd was changing the tires, and it's literally starting to rain while I'm changing everything. Well, I don't have wipers in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I didn't even have Rain-X on the windshield. I had ceramic detailer.
you don't fucking.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, you don't. I did 65 down the highway the whole way there. But when it was torrential downpour, and then they were calling for 2 tornadoes on on different sides of the highway that we were driving, then it got a little.
Yeah, that's
Little
right. There wasn't all
nerve-wracking.
that sketchy weather rolled through.
Yeah. So it wasn't like a normal rain. It was like we could have died
It
rain.
was that good shit.
Yeah. And we're just trucking down the road. But that drive was originally supposed to take like 5.5 hours, ended up turning to almost 8. I think we didn't hit the hotel about 11 o'clock at night.
I've done that.
But
I've been there.
and then out that way in Indiana, there's nothing out there. It's soybeans and windmills.
Pretty much, if you break down, that's where you're gonna have to live now.
Oh, yeah.
Just build a house out of fucking sticks and stones, and that's your.
Well, yeah.
You're colonized there.
Well, it's like, actually, when I was on my way to US 41 after we left Waltz, we got a real bad section of highway. They were doing construction on it. It was really bumpy concrete, and every bump, the back right tire was just digging into the fender. So we were pulled off in the middle of nowhere. I had no tools to roll a fender or anything. I grabbed a 1/2-inch ratchet, is beating in the fender well just to try to get to clear the tire. It almost cut all the way through.
Oh fuck.
It's
That
bad,
sucked.
and I'm still driving on them
Fuck it.
because that's what I have, and they still hold air.
That's how it works.
So
It'll be fine.
You have no more money left.
no, I have no more money left.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Completely broke. So day 2, 8 passes, almost
Yep.
hit the wall.
Yep.
No fucks given.
No fucks
Did you go
given.
faster day 2?
Yes, every day I got faster.
So what was your ET? What was your ET for day 2? What slip did you turn in?
I turned in 920 at 147 and 923 at 147.
Okay.
So they were like almost dead on.
Yeah.
So day 3.
In day 3, we get to Dragway 42, and everybody was having problems from driving through the rain.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I was probably about 5 cars behind from Ricky
Yeah.
and his dad's
Oh
truck.
my god, that's such a heartbreaker.
I wanted to cry for them when I saw them pull it off. But he had that belly pan that just filled with water. Never once thought about it. So as soon as he took off, I think on Cletus's video you can actually see the water come out from underneath and go right underneath the tire and right into the wall. And I was sick to my stomach for them. Because even Ricky didn't have a good first day. I think he said his shifter cable broke.
Yeah, did he get back on the road? He said he was out from it.
Yeah, I don't know if he got it back on the road or if he just loaded up on the trailer and rode with his dad. Because I didn't see the car the rest of the time. But
What was your passes at Dragway 42?
that I turned in 917 at 147 and I think another 920 at
Okay.
147.
So 40. How many passes did you make at 42?
About 8.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, Dragway 42, one of the problems that we were fighting when we first got there, like everybody else, was the traction. We thought because I don't have plastic liners in my wheel wells, so we thought that up in the frame rails it was holding water, because every time I came up to stage there was water dumping out, and they shut me down once. The second time they didn't catch it, and I knocked the tires loose. Turned out all the street driving from the day before rattled the fuel side of my nitrous solenoid loose. And it was when I was turning on the nitrous, it was just dumping E85 right out the bottom of it. You know, right on the headers, the whole deal. Didn't catch the car on fire somehow.
The one higher octane.
Yeah. So
A little harder to light off.
So I had that going for me.
That's nice.
But because actually Billy Brennick even noticed it. He's like, there's something going on. Every time he's up there is when it dumps. Sure enough, that's what it ended up being. And once we got that fixed, then I was finally able to get 2 clean passes and go on our merry way. But
Okay, so Dragway 42 back to. That's a long drive.
that is a long drive.
That was back to
Edgewater.
Edgewater, that's Cincinnati, right?
Yeah, so that was damn near 4.5 hours,
Uh-huh.
roughly. Well, especially since we had to go into Kentucky for our hotel, because we were originally supposed to go to Tin Soldiers, but because of the rain, because of the incoming rain at Edgewater that last day, they decided to cancel Tin Soldiers and just go straight back to Edgewater. So we had a hotel in Kentucky because it was going to be like 15 minutes from Tin Soldiers. So I had to go all the way into Kentucky to our hotel, stay there, and then drive another like 45 minutes back to Edgewater. So
And
Well,
then,
inconvenient.
how many passes did you make in Edgewater?
probably about 7.
And what slips did you turn in there?
That I turned in a 910 at 148 and another 914. I ended up averaging 920 at 146 for the whole week.
And
That's
your
pretty sweet.
first day where you're
If I wouldn't have turned in those
You'd have
slips,
been
it
like
would
at
19s.
yeah. Which is fucking awesome for your first time ever doing a drag and drive. Like
Yeah.
that's
Well, that was just it. Like after day 1, I looked at Todd. I was like, all right, now we're gonna actually try.
yeah.
Especially for the first 3 days, I was in second place.
So is that the first time Todd's ever done Drag and Drive too?
Yeah.
Is he hooked?
Oh yeah. He's called me every day since then. When are we doing it? When are we going?
Drag
Are we
week.
going to sick week?
Drag
Like,
week, dude.
I know. I need to.
Where is it?
It was really sweet. It was supposed to start in like Memphis and go to Bowling Green and all these
Yeah.
other sweet places. Now it's like pretty much in Illinois
Really?
So cornfields again.
because of Memphis is closing, so they had to reroute it
Yeah.
all and change it.
Hmm.
So, but I'm in.
You were in
My
this
kids
one
are
too,
sleeping
what
now.
happened?
Like they're sleeping.
No more toothaches and.
Man, well, yeah, they're a lot better now. So I'm pretty much just trying to. I'm actually when I'm done here, I'm gonna go drive my car for like an hour, just make sure it's all good. I'm looking for problems that probably aren't there. I'm like, is it what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
it's like to me, I think it's running 20 degrees hotter than it did on drag week and sick week, but I don't know. I don't remember what the temperature was there. Well, I think my car's overheating. It's running
Yeah, but
167.
dude, you said you were wearing hoodies during the day there.
Yeah,
Like,
Florida was chilly. I don't know.
and
I don't know.
100 degrees
Yeah.
outside right
I
now.
know,
It's gonna
I
be
just-
20 degrees hotter, I'm sure.
I just think there's something
Put
that's.
some water wetter in it and keep it moving.
It doesn't get that hot. I mean, I got to, after an hour of driving the other day, well, not an hour, but like, went to my house, which was like 15 minutes in traffic, and then I shut it off, let my pups out, came back in, it heat soaked another 10 degrees from what it was at, so like 150, then I got to 165 and I let idle it sitting there at the parking lot when I got back. I got to 167. I know you're like, whoa, what?
I've
but-
literally pulled my car back into
but
my
I
pool
struggled-
area
but
at 195.
I struggled to
It's
get it
fine.
over 150 on sick week. Like at fan off cruising for an hour, it would get then I could get it to 170. But fan on, it would go down to 130. So I'm like, is there a problem?
Yeah, I was 195.
That would be a problem I would
Yeah,
pay good money to have.
I know, but I'm like, that's why if it didn't run so cold before, I wouldn't question it. And everyone's looking at me like I have 3 fucking eyes when I tell them. You know. So I'm gonna go drive it, and the other thing, I had a head gasket leak when I first put it together, and I fucking put stop leak in it, and it fixed the head gasket. It's had 33 pounds through it.
Oh my god.
But the head
This
gasket,
cobble-cocking motherfucker's like, yeah, I got a fucking pro mod, put some
Stop
stop
leak in it.
it's a copper head a leak. Like small block Chryslers do that. Like with Cometics or whatever, they'll have an external and like that. Sometimes you just put stop leak in it, and it was leaking oil outside the block, like where it sealed it up. It's had 33 pounds through it so far, and oil looks good and everything looks good, and it's not leaking.
Don't worry, I'll cut all that out.
I would not.
Yeah.
We're leaving. That's gonna,
Yeah.
that's gonna
I'm
be the
over
beginning
here,
of the
like-
video is gonna be him saying that,
I-
and then we'll go in.
You know the detrimental of me having to do that? I don't have time. I literally have zero time. Like, I had a schedule driving my car for an hour last week today. I'm like, all right, Thursday. Thursday I'm gonna be able to, my wife's at work, my kids are at my in-laws getting watched. I'm gonna have some time. I'm gonna go drive my car.
How old were your kids when they started getting teeth, by the way?
Oh. One was a month before, 70 months.
Okay,
6
so
months.
she's 6, she just turned 6 months, and I'm pretty sure
She's just pissy,
she's pissy and she's chewing on every fucking
Yep.
thing she can find.
drooling like an MF or two.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if she grabs my hand and I'm not paying attention, she will gnaw my finger off.
Yeah.
Like, what
And
is
they
your
say
deal?
it's not to give kids oral gum or that shit on their gums
Yeah.
anymore because it's bad for them.
I don't know.
Bob said his kid's only 2 years old. He said they gave it to him, and I asked my wife, and she said no. I said okay, I guess you just want to sleep then.
Yeah,
I was thinking, how bad are the side effects?
I don't know, but unless it's like severe, I'm willing to try it.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah,
I
no.
thought they used to use whiskey.
You know,
I mean,
everyone
that's
has
what I
said
would
that.
use.
Everyone said just put some whiskey. I'm like, I don't see that really working. I'm very sure that's a wise tale. Because if you whiskey doesn't make your mouth drunk or numb.
No, but like a little bit of whiskey on a baby would be like a lot of bit of whiskey.
They're like, rub some whiskey on
It
the
might
his
not.
gums.
It might not make the pain go away, but it'll make you forget about the pain. being there.
Yep.
See, what I do is when their teeth start hurting, I flick the shit out of their foot really hard. So then they cry because their foot hurt. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't ever do that. I'm kidding.
Every time my kid starts crying, I just kick her right in the fucking ribs. She quits crying,
Yeah.
and then she starts crying again when she wakes
Yeah,
up.
for
It's
different
great.
But at least it's not about the teeth.
Yeah, teeth
Right.
no longer hurt. I would never do that to my kids.
So the first time your kid fell off of your lap, or did you freak out?
No, so I haven't dropped my kids.
You haven't dropped your kid?
No, my wife has.
Nadia did a tumbleina the other morning. We were sitting on the floor, and she was sitting on my stomach, whatever, leaned up against my legs, and all of a sudden, I was trying to take a picture of her with my phone, and I had the last picture. She's like, and then as soon as I took it, she just fell right off. I'm like, oh shit.
My Sylvester was flailing around because that's what he does.
Yeah.
And my wife kind of dropped and fell or whatever. They didn't get hurt, but
Yeah.
I basked in the glory because my fear was me dropping my child, and my wife
Yeah.
yelling at me for it, and me being the one, and it was her. And I'm like, I just want to go ahead and put on record that you were the first one to drop one of our children, and it wasn't me.
And I'm not gonna let you live it down.
I was like, I'm not gonna get mad because when I do it, you can't get mad at me, but I get mad at you.
No, but she will.
Absolutely, 100%.
Doesn't matter what you did
Nope,
and how you
always wrong.
reacted to it. No,
Definitely my
you're a
fault.
piece of shit. Yeah.
Yep, yeah, it's just part of having a wiener.
I married one of those too, remember?
I know why.
Back to race.
I know why. I now know why people are like, oh, I identify as a woman, just so the other woman in their life don't yell at them.
Yeah, still don't think it would work that
Because if
way.
you're a woman, you can't be your fault.
This is true. Alright, back to race cars.
Yeah, red
Yeah.
race
When are you
car.
having a kid?
Never.
Alright, don't do it.
No.
Yeah,
I
you-
like my dogs.
I love my kid. Don't have any.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, but she's gonna see that when she's 20. I love my. I don't regret having my kids.
No,
They're
do not regret having my child one bit.
Just not again.
Highly recommend not doing it though. If that makes any sense at all.
No, I recommend doing it.
They're cool, dude.
Dude,
she's-
you're gonna build a legacy, right? You're gonna have this legacy. You're gonna build this empire of your life, and then you're gonna get old.
Yeah.
You're gonna get 50 years old, and you're not gonna.
That's when you just adopt.
No,
Some poor
you
kid
don't want to
that
adopt
have
some poor
nothing.
kid. No.
I
No,
would.
you don't want to do
I
that.
would. Yeah.
Because then they end up killing you in your sleep and shit.
Well,
You
yeah.
just gotta not be a piece of shit parent, and that.
Yeah.
And that.
Well,
It's rough for after a year now. Actually, on the 6th, my kid's gonna be a year old. It flies by, and all the shittiness of it, it's like a distant memory. Of,
Yeah.
the first 2 months of not sleeping and
Mhm.
crying and having to change them all. I got shit on, straight up pulled diaper off, projectile diarrhea, and I wasn't wearing a shirt, so it was on my bare chest, in my chest hair, and I'm just like,
That's tasty.
like, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do? I just got shit on, and my wife's laughing at me. I'm like, I just got shit on my bare. If it was my shirt, I could take my shirt off. No, I'm like, you need to get up and take this child, and I need to go in the shower right now because I straight up shit. And baby shit smells awful. By the way, I don't. You're like, my wife's like, I like the smell of baby. Like, no, I don't like anything about wiping my child's asshole. Like, I got nothing. But like all the bullshit so far, after a year, has been a distant memory, and it's cool watching them take 2 steps.
I'm
And
more
fall.
concerned about the people that say that they like the smell of it. That ain't.
That's
Women-
the most
women
concerning
do, man.
part of this thing.
Yeah, I
They
don't
do
know
that.
about
Like, I like the smell
that.
of baby poop. I don't know. They just love. They love their feet. My wife loves my child's. Like, look at their feet. I'm like, it looks like a miniature version of my foot.
Yeah, it's just a little sausage, is what it
But
looks
that's
like.
the difference
Hers are
between
so
a-
fat.
Just being a man, you're just like, yeah, it's a child,
Huh?
but it's cool. But then you got. I'm trying to train to be little gearheads, like, and they are. They like. I make them watch racing videos with me when I watch them. Fucking YouTube's on all the street racing videos and shit.
Just don't let them watch these podcast videos when they get older.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Well, your child's gonna be your child. Here's what you did. I want to have a child.
Yeah.
She's then gonna have.
Yeah, she's
daddy
gonna grow up to
issues.
resent you.
Yeah, then she's gonna have daddy issues. I knew you didn't know
Dude,
me.
look, she's gonna know at a young age her daddy's a piece of shit. It's fine.
No,
It's okay. I do bad shit for a living. That's
you don't
what I
do bad shit. You act like you're a drug dealer, or that you kill people.
I mean,
Well, I mean, I got some people that need to be killed.
I know some things about some things. No, I'm not. It's not that.
You're like, you know,
Like the over.
fucking Al Capone's daughter loved him.
Yeah,
Loved it.
I'm sure.
So,
He probably got her all kinds of cool shit, so she couldn't really be mad.
You'll get your child all kinds of cool shit.
Yeah.
Have a kid.
Yeah, someday.
Replace
Or
yourself.
just build another race car. You might be able to fill that void with that. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
So we're gonna do another one, huh?
Oh,
Drag
absolutely.
week? You doing drag week?
I can't swing drag week. There's no way.
When is it? Is it August?
September 19th.
September, that's right.
You
Okay.
can do it. You just need to make poor financial choices.
Well, yeah. I'm still financially
You
recovering from the last one.
You own your home?
Huh? I just bought it.
When? Like this year?
Like,
Yeah,
like 2 months
Oh,
ago.
let's see, so we can't refinance.
Yeah, can't refinance.
Financing's a no.
No.
Can't refinance
Savings
the truck.
savings account got quickly depleted when putting a motor together.
Is your credit good? Could you get another credit card?
It used to be good.
Have we finished Midwest Drags? Or
Yeah, we-
Where,
Yeah, we're done. He's
We're
successful.
getting there.
We're trying to get him to do
Listen.
drag weekend.
I don't know. I think we stopped. We had just got to.
We got back to Edgewater. He ran 7 more passes there.
Yeah.
Somehow didn't blow my shit up.
Didn't blow shit up.
Somehow didn't break nothing.
Did you win anything? Any
No.
So how many times
So what did you end up finishing your overall average?
5th. Well, I fit overall average was
Good thing we got a producer that brings it right back.
Yeah.
Finishes up the interview. What
That-
was your average? Your
920 at 146 was the
What
average.
did you place in your class?
5th.
out of?
Like 27, I think.
It's
Dude,
not,
that's
you know,
not bad.
you are better
First
than
time.
22
Well,
other
especially
people.
considering you were in second place for how long? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's not like you were.
And I think like one of the cooler things about it too is that the one guy that does Drag and Drive Addiction started recording like every single Drag and Drive event back from Hot Rod Drag Week like 2005 and came up with the, like a top 100 list. I'm number 73 on that list.
Really?
That's pretty cool.
Like
Am I on the list?
you'd have to be.
Because I did it in 16.
Yeah, you'd have to be. If you ever did it, you should be on there.
Really? What's it? Done.
Drag and Drive Addiction, I think.
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
I want to see my name in print.
Oh, now you're gonna screw up
Flash
someone's
on the
tune
screen.
file.
Probably.
He doesn't care.
No, because he'll just get a phone call tomorrow. Hey,
So my rods are hanging out of my oil pan. What the fuck?
And I'm hablo español, no English, I don't know.
That 12 degrees of timing turned into 42.
With addiction?
Yeah.
It is an addiction too. Is it a website or is that?
No, it's a website.
Because I had an 850 average.
Yeah, so I mean,
I
you,
need
you
some-
got to be on there, and you
Need
got to be
something average.
pretty far up there. Yeah, 'cause I keep looking at it like every other day, and I'm like, God, this is cool.
So while old fucking Drip Trumpet looks this up,
Yes.
how many times while driving did you run into issues and have to stop, other than the tire?
None. The only time that it got a little sketchy, and I probably should have fixed it, but I didn't. My trailer hitch was actually bending. It was like every time we stopped, it was tilting more and more further down. And I'm like, me and Todd both looked at each other like, what can we even do about this?
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
You know, it was just what we came up with for a trailer hitch. Just, I guess, would look good on paper, but not good in real life.
No.
But you'll have that.
Honestly,
Still works.
mine was a tube that goes. I take my parachute out, I stick it in, I bolt it in the same spot.
Yeah, that's how mine it was.
How is it bending? What size tube did you like?
Was it the tube actually bending, not the?
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't the parachute.
It wasn't the parachute mount. It was the tube. So
Right.
whatever material we used must have been wrong.
Some super soft fucking mild steel
Yeah,
shit.
I need
Mine was like super last minute, like MIG welded, like
Yeah.
that's floppy, so I welded on it and ground it down so it fit a little
Yeah,
tighter.
yeah, that's how this looked.
But it was pretty tight though, or it was pretty thick.
It was tight when it first started, but then it got loose as the drive went on. But like there was one point that I actually had to lift up on the hitch to snap the trailer in and then put it back down. And I'm like, I'm gonna lose this down the highway one of these times.
Fuck.
But it held in there. But other than that, I really didn't have any issues.
So you got your trailer lights and everything working.
Trailer lights, everything worked. I mean, I was really worried about the DOT test because I wasn't sure
Yeah.
what they were gonna pick on.
Right.
I just make horns and light.
Yeah, and it passed with flying colors, and I was more worried about that than anything else.
Yeah. I feel like after doing, like I guess I didn't do it, but like going to Drag Week back in, was that 16, 15, whatever it was, when it was in Columbus and shit.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to that and saw, like, what some of the people were driving,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's no way they're going to be that incredibly strict on, like, the rules of this stuff.
Yeah, I know there was quite a few people that had to go back and fix some little stuff after they
Really?
went through tech and had to come back through.
Like headlights and taillights and shit.
Yeah, I think it was mostly trailer lights.
Yeah.
Like box body factory taillight wiring, the just a standard 5-way plug. On Fox bodies, the tail lights and the turn signals are separate.
Yep.
So I had to cheat a little bit. You don't know this,
Mhm.
but when they went to check for the when I had to check for the tail lights, I reached down and pulled the headlight switch to make them look like they came on when I hit the brakes.
Yeah.
I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
You know, they don't. I guess I could have done a 7-way, but that would have been stupid.
Yeah.
But it worked.
My front marker lights come up, my brake lights, my turn signals don't work, my brake lights are on out. Fucking no.
Street permit. It's fine.
Over it.
It's okay. Everything's fine.
And now my left turn signal doesn't turn signal anymore. I
It just
click
comes
this,
on.
Just, I'm pretty sure the flasher fell out of my feet.
I don't have any turn signals or brake lights or anything. I just have lights that come on in my car and everybody does it.
You're gonna want to fix that.
Yeah.
Alright, just so everybody knows that it's dragandrive.com and it's only 2022 stats, so my loser ass is not on it.
Not even from
Yeah, I didn't finish because I'm a loser.
Oh.
Did not make my family proud of me.
I'm proud of you, Rick.
Twice. Day 3. Got the day 3 got me bugged both times. I did have a 799 average when I broke on sick week though. That was my goal. It was a 798. And it
Damn.
broke.
Proud of you. You're a nice lady.
It was a very nice lady.
What broke on it?
Oh, I tuliped all the valves.
Yeah, that's not something you can necessarily fix on the side. of the road.
no, you sure not. That shit ain't gonna happen again, I hope.
It
Because I
looked
just
like his
bought,
pistons were made out of pudding.
yeah, it did collapse, it caved the pistons in, tuliped all the valves.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Still ran though.
It did drive back on that fast. That drag week it did not. I probably could have loosened up the valve lash and ran it.
Should have.
That's just a lot of money to
Just let your meat swing, buddy. It's fine.
KO.
Yeah, how expensive did you want this repair to be?
Yeah.
Then we could have just LS swapped it and it'd been fine.
Yep. So, badass man. Well, I'm gonna keep bugging you and tell you to do drag week.
No.
And
And you're just gonna keep telling him, no, I'm gonna get drunk.
I want to so
Why
bad.
don't you just sign up for the alternate list just in case?
What's that?
Sign up for the alternate list. I mean, it's already sold out, but you could just sign up for the alternate list. Doesn't cost you anything. And then,
we might do that.
and then when you get called up, you're actually like, hey, you're in. You could then you
Then
you
you
can
can
go to
make
the
a
wife
decision.
and be like, oh my god, I got picked,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean.
Then knock on everybody's doors again. Hey, so you helped me on Midwest Drags. I need help again.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I think he's got something there. Just sign up for the alternate list. If you do it, you do it. If you don't, you don't. But at least you're on there, and if they pick you, and you can swing it, or something happens, or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're going. We're Dragway. I think me, Chuck, and Bob are gonna do it.
What are we gonna sign up?
I'm gonna have to put an alternator on my car and make my taillights and shit work. That's a lot of things.
Not.
I mean, I have a car.
You
just-
do.
Is there a time requirement for that?
Not Dragway.
We could do it in a vet. That would be a blast.
But they are very, very strict on safety.
So let's just go buy an S550 Mustang. We can throw some turbos on it and go do it in that.
Those things are really fun to drive.
Just-
They're comfortable. S550s.
I get in my car, hit the fucking start button. It was comfy. The AC was cold, and it would go from here to California and back, and never have.
I'd rather have a 11 to 14 with a solid rear axle, and they're cheaper. And
Look,
they're
dude, I was rolling around on 20-inch wheels, buddy. I was balling, listening to Young Jeezy everywhere I went. I didn't give a
Young
fuck
Jeezy.
about an SRA. I did not care. I just wanted to ball out in my sweet ass Mustang, and I'm glad
So we done then?
I
Yeah, we're
never did
good.
anything with it.
And that's it.